We're here with Yamaha Motor Europe, President and CEO Éric Seynes. We've just unveiled the new X-Ray developed YXZ 1000R prototype. Éric, what does it represent, this car, for Yamaha's SSV plans and program for the future?
I think this prototype has been born because we knew that we had to work obviously for the future. When you are manufacturers, you have always to anticipate for the next stage. And when we have been introducing the YXZ, at the beginning we were alone. And finally, even with the manual gearbox, it was totally new. And we have seen some competitors joining us and even giving some extra performance, extra power. In general, making the SSV bigger, wider, more performant. And we were trusting in the values and of the actual YXZ, which is compact, agile, light, the lightweight. And at the end, we remain convinced that it's surely the best compromise to discover the discipline, to discover what is SSV, and to get an easy to handle car, just to play with it and start to race with it. But also we have to respect that a part of our customers did their first experience, first season, 2 seasons, and finally they want for more. So we had to develop that. And you know that the SSV business is mainly driven by US. But in US, they don't know what is the International Federation of Automotive. They don't know what is the Dakar, or some knows, but not so much. So we realized that if we were waiting for US to develop a proper machine developed for this championship, cross-country rally championship, we could wait perhaps a long time. So this is why we have been contacting X-Ray, who has been doing that for Mini, for BMW, for Audi now. They have a true expertise of the discipline. And also we knew that Sven Kant, the general manager, the owner, has been using the YXZ as a training car for his drivers. So he knew quite well our vehicle. So we were not starting from zero. And one day we met each other and I could see that he knew perfectly well the YXZ. He had some ideas, some ambition. And at the end we said, okay, why not to go together? Let's try to make the ideal YXZ for the future and see where we will land. So we have been starting like that, by the passion, and really considering from our side, Yamaha Europe, considering that if the achievement will be performant, and we were sure it could be, then it will give directly the correct inspiration for the next standard model of YXZ. And this is where we are, because we have been developing during 3 years, first focusing on the chassis, don't touching the powertrain, purely chassis and weight also. And this is the ultimate stage has been finally the one I have been racing in Andalusia last year, where we had atmospheric engine, fully genuine, 115 horsepower, but with a full chassis development. And finally we were quite competitive. And based on that, we said, okay, now we can push next level, which is the powertrain. So we have been testing all the solutions we had inside Yamaha, and we've finally fixed the choice on the turbo engine, which is coming from the Sidewinder, which is a snowmobile, 200 horsepower, and we could adapt the manual gearbox or the shift gear to the engine, because we wanted to keep the fact that you manage your speed. It's not a CVT, and this is for us a part of the pleasure to drive and also a part of the performance we are looking for. So this is what we did during the last year, and always all the things we have been doing during the 3 years, all racing participation, were only done under the cover of development, just to learn experience, make mileage, secure the reliability of the package. And we are now at the level where we have to admit that it's there, it works. And this is why when I tested the first time 4 months ago, I say to Sven and I say to all the guys inside, I say, okay, now I don't need to race anymore, because the machine is so performant that we have to give it to professional driver and now to demonstrate. So I did my part of the job if I could. Now I have to give the stick to others. Even if personally it's a frustration, but okay, I have to accept. but because this is for me the logic of the program. So now we are working with US, with Japan, to respect all the things we have been developing for this product and to see how we can transpose it to the production model.
Yeah.
So obviously we will enter in a production process, which means 2-3 years of preparation. We have to accept it because this is the price to pay to get price, affordability and reliability.
Okay. It looks fantastic. It's obviously very quick as well. It had a successful shakedown in Morocco with Camellia at the wheel. Stefan Peter Hansel took it to a class win in Andalusia. Obviously you're looking at a couple of years production. Where do you see it going next in terms of racing with the X-Ray prototype?
So, there are 2 steps. One is that we need to maintain a minimum of development because our competitors will not stop their development, and we must continue to check, to learn, and to be sure that we do not miss any next step.
Yeah.
So we must maintain this vehicle update, even if on the other side, I don't want that we enter in an official racing program looking to win the T3 class, because what is the meaning to invest and to race for that if we have nothing to share with our customers?
Yeah.
So until I cannot promise that this machine will be final production in 2025, for example, I don't want to officially enter.
Yeah.
So I think that what we will do in the coming months is, on one side, obviously we have to maintain the racing experience, and X-Red will have some cars, will rent them to continue to give the opportunity to driver to get the car and to race with it in the World Cup event or different events. And then we will continue to record experience, mileage and knowledge. On the other side, the day where we know that we can put the stamp, we know that definitively the car will be produced with a certain term, for sure we will make the connection between the YXZ Challenge, the European Cup we are organizing, and will play his role, which is really to get the most affordable class for the people who want to discover the class, or just to continue to race in a reasonable budget, having some challenges. So we will maintain that, and obviously when we will know that this new car will arrive in 25, obviously if you win the Championship European Cup in 23 or 24, hey, next year you will have the chance to drive with the next one, next generation, go for the next level, before we finally merge the full program between the new car, GYTR race kit, full promotion on the World Cup level, international level, and supporting the entry class. So, we want to keep some options open, and shortly the next experience should be the Dakar. You know that we have been racing Dakar the last 2 editions with finally this car in intermediate development step. And Camellia finished second 2 years ago and top 6 or 7 last year, which is absolutely correct for what we are looking for. And we will participate again, not officially, but we will help and support some drivers who are loyal and long-term Yamaha drivers. And we have to finalize, but our setup should be Annette, who did last year already with Camellia, and we speak with Ignacio Casale, because Ignacio has been racing and winning the Dakar many times with Yamaha ATV. He is very well known and has a strong reputation in South America. He knows very well the Dakar. He raced the last edition in trucks, doing podium, and he loved the brand, and he would like to shift to SSV. And for me, this is the profile of the drivers who would like to work with, because he has nothing to demonstrate. Everybody knows his capacity, but he can contribute to the program in the way to develop. So actually we have different contacts, but again, we don't want to open the gate to the next Stefan Peter Hansel, because we are not ready for that. We continue to develop, we need mileage, and we would like to find the best synergy with loyal Yamaha drivers and our program and continue to work together.
Okay. When you mentioned that the GYTR parts, loyal Yamaha customers, in the time between now and the prototype being fully production made, will there be accessories and parts developed for customers to use on their own existing YXZ 1000?
You know, this is the philosophy we apply. It can be in road racing, in motocross, in SSV. We have been always taking in consideration the racing equipment, the racing accessories we have to develop to secure the best performance of our vehicle.
Yeah.
It can be a motorcycle or a car. So we will obviously apply the same approach.
Yep.
And when we will have the final spec of what could be the production models, obviously based on this vehicle, we will know what is the gap, where is the gap. So what do we have to maintain as limited edition GYTR parts to make possible that from the standard vehicle, you can race with this one.
Okay. You will be driving this machine later today, I understand?
Yeah, I think there were some leakage. So, it's sure that, unfortunately due to my planning, I could not race this time.
Yep.
But at least for me, it's very important to get some time to time the opportunity to drive and to understand where we are, because fortunately I had the chance from the start of this story to have a regular experience.
It's clearly
driving the car.
It's clearly quite a passion project for you.
Obviously. But you know, I never try to refrain my passion or the passion of the others. We are a brand. We have to excite the patient. We have to inspire the patient, and we have to justify why the people can remain passionate. So you have to feed this passion, and there is no better way to feed your passion than your own experience. It can be riding. I was riding on the Castellet circuit with our superbike rider 3 weeks ago on the Castellet, and this time. And I don't want to say that I'm a professional driver or racer, but at least I know enough how to use our vehicle to know what I speak about. And I think it's a matter of credibility also in Japan, because when I discuss with the engineers, with the product developers, with the technicians, I know not 100%, but I know a big part of this project technically about each component, because when you drive, you report to the mechanic, you share with the mechanic, you see how to improve, and even about the setting, and then you develop your sensitivity, and then after, when you speak with engineers, you know what you speak about. And I think that when you have a responsibility like mine, you have to play the game 100%, or you stay home and you go for something else. But it's not my role, my job.
That's great. Thank you very much for your time, Eric, and look forward to the third edition of the SuperFinale.
Yeah, great. Absolutely. And I just would like to add that finally we will have the SuperFinale today with 20 cars, passionate customers, with finally this YXZ with full GYTR kit. All the bikes are correct development, and this car has been winning finally the T4 championship this year, Baja, with Quaddy, and it's fantastic to see how, when you are entering this championship seriously with a car where everybody say your car is too old and not, hey, the car is reliable, performant enough, and when you have Amerigo taking the drive with a very good driver, at the end you can win. So you are not obliged to spend thousands and thousands of euro. Just make it with seriously, with fun, and with the reliability of Yamaha product. You can do something. So let's continue, and we will see if this weekend how they will do. But I'm sure it will be fantastic experience for this Yamaha family.
That's great. Thanks very much, Eric.
Thank you.